Hello, period 3 and period 4. I'm not able to be here today, so I'm going to talk to you through here. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be recapping what we did yesterday with adding fractions, and then you're going to be practicing on your own. So we're going to go through 3 sample problems here. Stay with me as much as you can so that when you go to independent work, you know what you're doing. All right, so let's have a little recap here. So if I want to add these fractions, 3/5 plus 2/6, I can't do this. And as you know, I cannot do this because the denominators are different. 5 different from 6. I would not be able to add fractions like this. So we talked about how can we fix our problem. So in this problem, we start off simply with 1/3 plus 2/12. I cannot add them because they have different denominators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice what we did yesterday in making an equivalent fraction. So I think to myself, what denominator can I get both of these fractions to be? I have a 3 and I have a 12. Well, I can get both of them to be 12. So this 2/12 I don't have to change. It already has a denominator of 12. So I'm going to bring that 2/12 down right away. It does not have to change. Next, I look at my 3 in the denominator. I want to make an equivalent fraction. So what would I have to multiply this denominator by to get to 12? Well, we know that 3 times 4 is 12. So my new denominator down here is going to be 12. Well, in order to make an equivalent fraction, if I multiply the denominator by 4, I also have to multiply the numerator by 4. So my new numerator is 4/12. So here we took this 1/3 and we changed it into 4/12. Remember that 1/3 and 4/12 are the exact same amount. They're equal fractions. I wouldn't be able to do this if they were actually different. The slices are different, but the amount is same. Now, at the bottom, I have 4/12 plus 2/12. Since they have the same denominator, I can add them and get 6/12. That's my answer. Let's do another one. In this problem, I have 2/5 plus 1/10. I cannot add these fractions. The denominators are different. This has a denominator of 10. This has a denominator of 5. So again, I ask myself, what denominator can I get both of them to be? I know I can multiply both of them up to 10. Well, this is already 10. So 1/10 is going to stay 1/10. Now I ask myself, what do I have to multiply this denominator by to get it to 10? Well, 5 times 2 is 10. So 10 is my new denominator. In order to keep this fraction equivalent, I multiplied my denominator by 2. So I also must multiply my numerator by 2. So the new denominator is 10, and the new numerator is 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. Well, 2/5 is the same thing as 4/10. It's the exact same amount, just sliced up in different size slices. Now I have 4/10 plus 1/10. They have the same denominator, so I can add them to 5/10. All right, but wait, there's more. Same thing I say all the time. 1/3 plus 1/2, I cannot add them. Denominators are different. What denominator can I turn both of them into? Well, before, one of the denominators I could always keep the same, but in this case I cannot do that. So I look at the 3, and I look at this 2 as a denominator, and I think, okay, well, what can I get both of those denominators to be? Well, I can multiply them both up to 6. I'd have to multiply this denominator by 2, and I'd have to multiply this denominator by 3. So 6 is going to be my new denominator for both problems. This is a bit of a challenge. This is pretty difficult. So this is going to take a lot of practice for us to do. So I multiplied, let's take a look at my first fraction. It was 1/3. I multiplied the denominator by 2 to get my new denominator is 6. So if I multiply the denominator by 2, I also must multiply the numerator by 2. So my new numerator is 2. So 1/3 equals 2/6. Same thing, because 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 1. Let me look at my second fraction. 1/2. Well, what did I multiply the denominator by? 2 times 3. Gets me a denominator is 6. If I multiply the denominator by 3, I must multiply the numerator by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 1/3 equals 2/6, and 1/2 equals 3/6. I changed both of these both of these fractions. I gave them new equivalent fractions, and now each fraction has the same denominator, so I can add them to get 5/6. All right, so we're going to continue to practice. This last problem is a little bit of a challenge. This presentation is going to be on the Google Classroom to help you, and you're going to be responsible for doing the worksheet on there and print out the worksheet. Good luck. Don't stress. We're going to continue to practice this for multiple days, but please do your best. All right.